Make your way to your yoga mat. If you're using blocks today, grab one at this time and sit on it. Cross your legs, sit up tall, lift your arms up, place your hands at heart center, and select an intention for today's seated sequence. It can be a word or phrase, whatever first comes to your mind. Lift your arms up and lower them down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Lower your head towards the left and then lower it towards the right. Feel the stretch in your neck. Go slow. Inhale and exhale. Release the stretch and change the cross of your legs. Remember which one is in front. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back a few times. Soften the muscles in your face. Remove the yoga block if you're using one. Lift up your right hand and stretch it over towards your left. Sweep up and down a few times. Movement before stillness. And as your body opens up, pause. You can keep your gaze up at the ceiling or look down at the ground, whatever feels best for you. Because remember, this is your yoga practice. Release the side body stretch. Take a moment. Sweep the opposite hand in front of your face, then up towards the ceiling. Lift and lower the hand a couple of times. Does this side feel different from the opposite side? No need to pass judgment on yourself. You're just collecting a little bit of information about you. Next time your arm lifts, find stillness, smile to yourself softly, close your eyes, and feel the side body stretch. Release the pose. Step your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Lower your knees to the right and then lower your knees to the left. Bring a little bit of space into your hips. Notice how your fingers are turned. Are they facing towards you or away? Next time your knee lowers down to the right, pause. Pick up your right foot and place it just above your left knee. But remember, if it feels uncomfortable, no need to push yourself. You're exactly where you need to be. Release the bind of your foot and pick up your left foot and place it just above your right knee. Flip your hands. So if your fingers were facing outward, bring them in. Notice how it feels differently as you flip your hands. Close your eyes. Come back to the words of your intention. Release your foot. Take just a moment. Depending on your hip flexibility, pick up your right foot and place it just above your left knee. Circle out your ankle in one direction. Now, if your hips are really flexible, you can scoot up closer towards your left foot. But today I'm feeling tight, so there's plenty of space for me. Circle your foot in the opposite direction. Go slow. And envision that right knee coming away from you, even if it's just a few micro inches. It doesn't have to be very far. Just keep envisioning it coming away. Release the bind of your foot. Pick up your left foot and place it just above your right knee. Circle out your ankle in one direction. Notice that you're not clenching your jaw. Create some space between the top and bottom rows of your teeth. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and change the direction of how you're circling out your ankle. Keep focusing on the right here and the right now. It's so easy to let your mind drift off and think about is what to come. Think about everything you have to do when you're off your mat. But I promise you, everything will be waiting for you. So make this your best yoga practice. You're here. You might as well do it. Point and flex your toes a couple of times. Release the pose. Wrap your hands around your shin and take a seated cat-cow. Inhale, puff up the back. Exhale, round the spine. Doesn't have to be much of a movement. Next time you extend the arms long, find stillness. Close your eyes. Notice this position. Do you spend a lot of time crunched over on your phone or at your desk? Let that go and straighten out your spine right now. Sit up tall. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Draw your low belly in and up. Create space between the top and bottom rows of your teeth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Sit up taller. Lift through the crown of your head. Release. Extend your legs long. If you've got a yoga strap handy, go ahead and grab it. Place all four corners of the right foot into the left thigh. Take your yoga strap and wrap it around the ball of the left foot. Hip hinge forward. Bend and straighten a couple of times. Movement before stillness. And as your body gets ready, hip hinge forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and keep your back flat. No need to keep crunching that back. Even if you're just practically sitting up and not coming very far, you totally do not have to have your forehead hanging out on the floor. On your next breath, remove your yoga strap. If you're using one, shake out your feet, extend the legs long, and draw all four corners of your left foot into your right thigh. Flex your right ankle, grab your yoga strap, wrap it around the ball of your foot, sit up tall. You've been here before. Hip hinge forward, up and down a few times at your own breath's pace. Then as you feel warmed up and ready to go, come forward, find your edge, and remember, as you hip hinge forward, keep squeezing your shoulder blades together. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. A gentle reminder that sometimes my voice goes away to allow you to draw your awareness inward. But don't worry, I'll come back for you and call you out of the posture. Release the pose. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Extend your left leg long. Shake out your feet a couple of times. Place a bend in your elbows. Relax into your elbows. And notice how this feels. Did anything come up for you during these seated forward folds? What was it? Come to a cross-legged position. Sit up tall. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lower them down. Set this into motion at your own breath's pace. Now I want you to notice what foot is out. For me, it's my right foot. On your next breath, place a bend in your right elbow and clasp onto it with your left hand and see if you can assist that elbow back a little bit more. Now you can see I'm pretty tight here. I'm rounded in my upper back, but that's okay. I just need to keep working on it. And if you are way crunched over, that's all right. The important thing is you're opening things up. You're assisting yourself, and things will open up over time. Just keep showing up for you. Close your eyes, press through it, and breathe deeply. On your next breath, release the pose. Change the cross-legged position of your legs. Lift your opposite arm up. Clasp onto your elbow with the opposite hand and sit up tall. Envision that your elbows are going to the back of the room. Close your eyes. You've been here before. Draw your awareness in and breathe. Release the pose, and if you're using a yoga block today, sit on it. This brings your hips up off the ground and helps you open things up. Separate your feet wide apart, flex your ankles, roll your shoulders down and back, shake out your ankles a few times, and walk your hands forward. If you want to use a yoga block and bring the floor closer to you, please do so at this time. Remember, no need to have that forehead down on the ground. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but I'm far away from that. What about you? Anyways, flex your ankles, smile to yourself softly, and hip hinge forward. But please, keep your back straight. We spend so much time crunched over in our everyday lives, not during our yoga practice. Release the pose, sit up tall, roll out your shoulder blades a couple of times. Turn over to your left foot, flex your ankle, and hip hinge forward. Notice how this stretch feels on the opposite side of your body. Bring space in between your toes. Turn over to the opposite side, hip hinge forward, and come as far as you would like without compromising your upper back. Close your eyes, flex your ankles, and draw your awareness inward. Release this pose, bring your feet together, and I'm going to flip around so you can get a better view of the next posture at hand. Curl your toes under. Sit your hips onto your heels. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back a couple of times. Inhale, place your arms in the T position and clasp onto your elbows. Now really squeeze your shoulder blades together and notice how this feels. Can you envision your upper back getting more straight? If not, do so at this time. Imagine yourself standing up tall. Place your arms in the T position and then come back to the grabbing onto your elbows, but grab onto the opposite elbow this time. So if right was on top, then left will be on top. Sit up tall. Stand proud. Commend yourself for everything that you do, whether it be trying to reach your goals of biking more or spending more time on the basketball court with your child. The important thing is you're making time to show up for you and for others in your life. Release the pose. Come to sit on the heels, but don't curl the toes under. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back a few times. Come to a cross-legged position. Sit up tall. Place your arms in the T position. Walk your hands up your back and take a prayer pose. Bring your palms together. Draw your chin down and back and lift through the crown of your head. I invite you to come back to the words of your intention just one last time. Repeat them to yourself softly. Release your hands. If you're not in a cross-legged position, meet me there. Draw your hands to heart center. Close your eyes and always, always commend yourself for taking time for you. Come stretch with me a little bit more or check out some pretty cool stuff in regard to yoga props.